In Maine, there are more than 7,000 charitable nonprofits, over 100,000 nonprofit workers, and more than 400,000 volunteers, contributing more than $14 billion to the Maine economy, which is huge. Some of those organizations address mental health challenges and need our help right now. Here with us in studio is Justin Chenette, a spokesperson from Sweetser. Justin, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how much do nonprofits really rely on the public for support this time of year?
Well, the true spirit of the holiday season is how much you give and not just how much you receive, right? And that works not just for families, but for nonprofits as well that are in your life, whether directly or indirectly. And I always find that how you give is a reflection of your values and what you truly care about. So I'm sure everyone's been flooded with those annual fundraising letters, and it's so easy to just toss it in the recycle bin. But each one of those represents a mission or a cause that could be near and dear to your heart. So I would just be open to the fact that these nonprofits, like you suggested, really drive the Maine economy and do so much good work in our local communities.
Yeah, and when it comes to mental health, I mean, it is something that we have been talking about so much lately, and rightfully so. You know, mental health organizations, you know, what kind of impact can a small donation even make, and what would that money go to exactly?
Absolutely. Well, I'll use Sweetser as an example. We don't turn anybody away, regardless of their ability to pay. I mean, just in the last year alone, we were able to provide nearly $1 million of care for those that are underinsured and uninsured. That's significant, right? And you have to make up those dollars somewhere else. I would also say that it's really important to note that there are some programs, like our school-based clinician program, where we embed clinicians on school campuses all across the state, nearly 100 public schools. That program loses money every year. It's the best form of prevention by reaching young people where they're at in the natural setting. We have to subsidize that program with other more financially stable programs and the contributions from the community. And so those are two prime examples of that. But just imagine, $100 covers a session of therapy for a family and a child in need, whether in school or at their home. It might seem like $100 might be a big barrier, but it's not in the bigger scheme of things when we can actually help put people on a path towards hope and healing.
And you know, this year especially, I mean, we say that kind of every year has been difficult, but I think after the tragedy in Lewiston, a lot of people are asking how they can help other people, how they can pay it forward and give back. And you know, what are some of the ways that we can support our fellow Mainers?
Well, the Maine Community Foundation has really taken a leadership role in this, in starting the Lewiston-Auburn area response fund. And this is really set up not just to help the immediate families in the area of the aftermath of the tragedy, but also help with recognizing that we've all in some form or fashion experienced collective trauma since this tragedy, and there's going to be long-standing mental health challenges, not just in that immediate area, but across the state. So they've set up this fund to help both the families and to help with the long-term needs of the communities. And so Sweetser is one of the beneficiaries of this fund, but there are a lot of mental health organizations that are benefiting from this fund and their fundraising efforts. So you can donate on the Maine Community Foundation website, you can mail them a check. That really goes a long way. I would also encourage folks to think about maybe a service provider, another behavioral health organization that's making a difference. They can donate directly to them. You can donate directly to Sweetser, that's sweetser.org. But there's lots of ways that you can make a big difference no matter the size of your gift.
Absolutely. So, you know, lastly, aside from donating, are there other ways that people can help out?
Volunteering, giving your time is equally important, and it can uplift yourself in the process. I find it can be so therapeutic to give back to others, especially this time of year. So, you know, volunteer in the community, volunteer at the soup kitchen, but don't forget those small acts of kindness go a long way. Letting somebody in at the post office, opening the door for them, letting somebody in when you're driving around town, those things brighten up someone's day, and you never know who really needs it the most. So give of your time, think about how you can, again, contribute to the health and hope of others.
Yeah, investing in the community is always going to pay dividends. Yes. All right, Justin, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.